Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Jess. So Bitcoin finally lost a major level of support at 117,000 as well as the monthly uptrend. The price tumbled all the way down to 115k, and while we've seen a slight recovery, the larger question at play still is the crash going to continue, or are we entering a new range of consolidation? We're going to dive into the charts today, both the short time frame and the high time frame, and talk about the recent price action, what it means and the future trajectory for price action for Bitcoin, and everything else you need to be watching out for. Let's get into it. As always, before we dive in, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to get regular Bitcoin analysis every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and sign up to my free Telegram for more regular Bitcoin updates. If you're a trader and you're interested in joining my VIP trading channel, be sure to message me down below on Telegram. VIP gives you exclusive access to my personal trading setups with exact entry points, targets, and stop losses. Alrighty guys, so diving into the charts, let's really quickly do a recap on the recent price action from Bitcoin before we jump into our analysis, just so we can get a little bit of our bearings of where the price action has gone since the last video. By the way, I'm back in Australia. I couldn't make a video on Friday because I was flying. I left at 4 a.m. that morning and I was over the ocean. I didn't have any Wi-Fi, but I'm back and I'm excited to get back into the regular video upload schedule. So in my last video, we talked about a potential breakout structure here from Bitcoin and how it was kind of likely to fail, right? We had a descending channel over here, but despite breaking out of this structure at the top of this trend line, we were still sort of facing a lot of resistance at this horizontal level here at $120,000. And like I said, structures are one thing, but horizontals are another, and that was what's going to trigger that bullish move back up to retest $124,000, which ultimately we can see here Bitcoin failed to do. So upon rejecting off 120k, we fell back into the structure, and we had two major trigger levels for sort of the move downwards, being first of all the 50 EMA, the blue dynamic trend line that we have here, as well as this major structure being our monthly uptrend, this large black trend line that takes Bitcoin all the way down from $98,000 and up to the all-time high here at 124, with around 3 or 4 retests before the final breakdown over here. So immediately after closing or losing that level, really, Bitcoin shot all the way down to 115k, which is the next available level of support. We can see that on the hourly chart being this low right there. So now that we've sort of seen that correction, Bitcoin has recovered a fair bit. We reclaimed this level of support here. We can see that sort of retest, rejection, and reclamation of 116 to 117k. But the larger question still really is whether or not we're sort of consolidating and headed downwards towards another correction, or what's going to trigger a breakout, right? What's going to flip these charts to finally being a little bit more bullish, and what is the current range that we're looking at? What are the triggers? Now, before we get into any more analysis, guys, let's really quickly touch on one of the most important parts of being a successful trader, and that's managing your trading fees. So BTC has partnered with me to help you guys out and give you 15% off all of your trading fees. So if you'd like to support the channel and you're still really looking for a great non-KYC exchange with lots of listings, high liquidity, and security, BTC is definitely a great one to check out. And as a thank you for signing up under my affiliate code, you can get 10% off your VIP membership if you message me your membership number when you check out your VIP membership. Thanks. Let's get back into the charts. So essentially, after invalidating the two sort of major structures we had, first of all, the short time frame one being that descending channel and our larger monthly uptrend, what we essentially have to look at now in terms of mapping out the future trajectory of Bitcoin and the future price action is horizontal levels. So our major levels of support and our major levels of resistance, and those are going to be our triggers moving forward. And while we sit between them, we are essentially in what will be continual consolidation or neutral territory, right? So currently our level of support is $115,000. That is the currently established deviation low. Actually, let's go over to the hourly chart. We can see it a lot better. Let me just do that. So if we go to the hourly chart, we can see that we have had quite a bit of a deviation. The low or the end of that wick there in the original tap of 115 starts at 115.1 and ends at $115.5 thousand, right? That is the end of that wick. And if we take a look at the hourly chart close, we did see a little bit of a deviation low. We went all the way down to 114,903. So that is our level of support, and this is sort of our sell side liquidity. And on the upside, it's still the same. We still have the same level of resistance here at $120,000 with multiple retests and thus far rejections. Now this pattern is really similar to the period of consolidation we had just before reaching 124,000, and that was sort of this segment here. It was longer and it was a lot more brutal, being a larger range, but it is in essence is actually pretty much the same. We had horizontal levels on the bottom here. This is our equivalent of $116,000, and that was at 102K. We can see multiple retests of that level as a base of support. And upon seeing this deviation low right here, right, we flashed all the way down to the sort of the next level at 100K. We had the deviation low at 98,000. That was our sell side liquidity, equivalent currently to our 114,000. And we had a clear horizontal level of resistance on the top side here at 110K. We had two deviations, right? So we had deviation high, deviation low, and following that, this period of consolidation in the latter end was where Bitcoin sort of was building towards the breakout. So that is sort of the exact same pattern that we're seeing here, right? We have a horizontal range, deviation high, deviation low, and after this segment, after this most recent low deviation, what we're looking for then is a bullish continuation to push up towards 120K, break out above that level, establish it as a base of support to then push above the all-time high at $124,000. And otherwise, that means that if Bitcoin fails to push up past 120K and sort of establish this entire segment of horizontal consolidation as a base of support, so breaking out from that range, and we lose $115,000 over here, the sell side liquidity, we can therefore expect a bearish continuation, right? That is our trigger for the next segment of the correction, taking us very likely to 113,000, the 200 EMA, and the end of that volume gap as well, before going back down to retest the next available levels of support on the short time frame, being down here at 113 flat and then $112,000. Now, if we take a look here on the hourly chart, if we want to map out the next sort of segment of bullish price action, we can see that Bitcoin is currently retesting a level of resistance right here at these prior lows, right? That's at 118K. So if we're able to push past that, that's the next available level of support, and we'll see a move up to retest 119K before 120. And otherwise, if we lose the 50 and 200 EMA here on the hourly chart, we're very likely to go back down and retest that 116,000 as a level of support once again. So we're very much within a period of horizontal consolidation right now. But what's important to note on the daily chart, if we zoom out and start to talk about a little bit on the high time frame, is despite the correction here, Bitcoin has still very much retained its level of higher time frame support here on the daily chart at $116,000. We can see sort of immediately after retesting 115K or 114K, this low down here, the price action sort of immediately shot back up for the daily candle close, and we did not sustain that correction. So that tells us that there is a lot of buying pressure at these lower levels and a lot of absorption of the selling pressure that we're experiencing here. And while we hold this level of support on the daily chart, support is support till it's not. We can't really expect a sort of higher time frame bearish correction until this horizontal here is lost. Alrighty guys, that is all the analysis that I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. If you enjoyed the video or you learned something, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to get regular Bitcoin analysis every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And sign up to my free Telegram for more regular Bitcoin updates. If you're interested in joining my VIP trading channel, be sure to message me down below on Telegram to get exclusive access to my personal trading setups. And if you want 15% off your trading fees, you can create your account using my affiliate link. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!